Hey guys, this is RLC321 back with another model work in progress for you. This time it's going to be the Junchoon. Now, we've already done the unboxing. Yes, we've already done the unboxing. This is just here to just show you that it's with what we're working on today. Yeah. Anyway, so I haven't been doing my model kits for quite a while. I've been a little bit busy with work and stuff like that, and my girlfriend moved in and everything was all over the place. I had to move my work bench and everything upstairs. So what I've decided to work on today is obviously the Junchoon, which I've already mentioned, which is a garage kit made by Wave. I believe Wave is a garage kit, or they used to be a garage kit. I don't know if they are now, but they used to be a garage kit. So that's what we're going to be working on. Now the reason I'm going to show you the complete build process of this kit, because it's not for beginner modelers, not in the slightest, because it's an awful lot of gluing, there's going to be sanding, and a lot of masking areas where we're going to have to be painting it and everything like that. So I thought I'd go through basically the whole process with you. So first of the things we are going to need is this. You know, as I was saying in the unboxing video, where is the brass etch parts going to be? I don't know. I couldn't figure out where these brass etch parts are going to be. Well, I don't know if you can see right here. They're going to go here. This is the top half of the leg. Okay, so you need to have that part and the brass etch part, which goes in there, and then you heat up something like a mini something or other. Press it against a little plastic nub, and that will over here, yeah, right there. So we've got to use a screwdriver. As you can see, it's got the heat up side there, and you heat it up, and then you melt the plastic over it, and that stops it from basically moving, and that keeps that in place by all accounts. But what's good about that, I can actually remove that and paint that separately, which is good. But there is I have already built the leg before previously, and it's right here. Here it is. And as you can see, if we get up a bit close, you can see where it's been glued together. So we're gonna have to sand that all nice and flat. But the problem is it's all glued together. So like, unlike a gunpla kit, this doesn't come apart. These are the bits that got the brass etch pieces just in there. On the picture, all of this is flat, but as you can see, it's not flat on here. So we're gonna have to sand this down and putty this part. There, where we go, right here. Putty it and get it as flat as possible as well, and then obviously do the panel lines in there. But this is the leg all done, and this is what we are going to be working on today, the leg. So what I've got my basic tools. You've got your side cutters, blade. This stuff, I love this stuff. It basically, what it does, it'll melt the plastic together. It comes with a little tube. Hang on, let's get rid of that there. It comes in the tube with this little metal applicator, so you can get the precise amount that you want onto the part. We got some. This is what I'm going to be using to warm up a bit, and obviously the parts, which are back where you can't actually see them at the minute, but that doesn't matter. So we're going to dig out the parts that we need. So we've got some here, because obviously there's going to be like flash cleanup and everything else like that as well, which is always fun. I mean, I try and cut as far away from the model kit as I can, which doesn't look like it's going to be working on this bit for some reason, because it's not been put together well. So I'm going to have to try and cut, because as you can see here, it's not been put in there quite as nice as I would like. So I've got to try and figure out a way cutting into that. because I don't want the part to get damaged. So I should be able to get that out of there now. Nope, not quite. Nearly there. Okay. That didn't quite work out how I expected it to, but it'll do. Oh, there we go. That went a flying. Now this I should be able to cut just straight there. There we go. So I don't think I need that. Here we go. Got those two bits. And what else? I like to get all of my parts in how I need them. So I need those two there. And what do I need from here? Don't think I need anything on that one. I think it's this just here. So again, as you can see, it's got really thick where the injection plastic has gone onto it. And because it's when you do one of these kits, you will see that it's definitely not a Bandai Gunpla kit, because they are so much more work that needs to be done on them. And we need these bits. And obviously, I mean, if you don't have to do it how I'm doing it, but this is just how I like to do it. So it's a lot more cleanup on my part, but I then know that I'm going to get a good finish at the end of it. And this is just how I do it. The feet, leggy parts, feety parts, and we need this bit here. Right. I mean, there are some parts that you don't need to worry about cleaning up too much, i.e. this part here. This is what's gonna, that hooks inside the foot, just like that, inside one of the pegs, so it goes like that, and then the leg fits on top of there. So you don't need to clean, I mean, we are going to clean it up, but you don't need to spend too much time on it. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, just not coming out the right way. Right, so we cut there. I should be able to cut in there nicely. And just get all of these bits out. Ready. And that there. And there was these bits here as well. The whole trick is not to cut too close to the pot, because that is when you can get problems. I think, do I have something like that I can show? I don't think I do. Oh yeah, up here. That one, and then this here, there. I think. No, there's a number 9 part right there. Okay. And I think I may have everything there. No, number 14. Don't have 14, do I? No, there's 14. Right, that's 14. Now do I have everything? Yes, I do. Okay, so now I just need some runners, and we want PC4 and PC5. Okay, so you're 5, so I want 4. Which one's 4? Now you will P4, P5s. So you're 3. So where's my 5? Where's my number 4? Dagnammit. Yeah, where's that gone then? It definitely says P4 and I don't have. It's your P. Oh, right, okay. Right. This here is P4, even though it doesn't say anything on it, but it is P4. So we're going to have that one. That's going to go on there. Then we've got 5. We need 1 for the bottom foot. 1 for the bottom leg and 1 for the top leg. So you can go there, and then we got another one for the top leg, which I've got right here. And one right there. Okay, so this is pretty much all the parts we need. Now the first thing I want to do is sort this. Okay, with bar set parts you want to cut them off, obviously, but we want to do it in such a way where we do as minimal cleanup as possible. Now if this is going to be like a proper bar set part where it's going to be on the being shown on the model kit, you want to do it really nice, file it down, get it, but because of where this is going to be situated, it's just holding a piece in. It doesn't really need too much to it. So on a hard surface, preferably glass, but I haven't got any glass, but definitely not on a cutting mat, you want to get your blade, get it as close as possible and just push down. Okay, and just push that down, because then what that should do is give you a fairly flattish kind of edge. Now ideally, as I say, if this was going to be on anything else, it would be sanded down and filed down to make it nice and smooth, but we're going to need those parts, and those parts are going to be going into here. So if we can show this one here. Right. If we put that in there, it's got little keys where it's supposed to go into, but it's fiddly as hell. Come on. And get in there. There we go. So like right there, that will go in there. Let's bring it up a bit closer. There you go. Don't know if you can see that there, but that's how it's going to go. And then you heat up that bit right in the middle. Let's get my pointy stick, and right there. This is the part here that you heat up, right there. You heat that up, press something flat and hot against it, and that will hold it into place. I think she's the other half next to my lighter. Where is it? I think I've got a spare one in here. Here we go. I'll do it. Right, so we heat this up, and it doesn't have to be burning hot, but it needs to be warm enough to melt the plastic. And always be careful when you're working with flames and hot metals. Do not touch it afterwards, the hot metal or anything like that. And then I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, but you just place that, push it down. That needs to be hotter. Well, I'm going to place this here because it's difficult to do it on there. So let's heat it up again. Right, okay. So it's right there, and we're just going to place this on. Push it down so it goes flat on it, and it covers the whole thing. And there, it's a bit dirty and grubby, but you're not going to see it. And that has now held that into place because it's flattened down, covering it, so it's not going to come off. Okay, so we've just got one more to do on this side. But before we do that, let me look here. There's some things we need to do first. I don't know if you can see that in there. And let's see, there's some flash that we need to clean up in there first. And obviously that's the other problem with kits like this. They are going to have bits of flash and things that are not needed, and you're going to have to go in there and clean it up. I mean, this kit does have a lot of flash. I mean, we are going to clean it all up properly and that's a later date. But for now, we're just going to get most of it, some of that off in there. Right, okay. So again, we do the same thing. Put this on. Make sure it lines up correctly. There we go. And let's heat it up again. And as I say, it has been a while since I've done any models. I've been really busy and started new jobs, and I'm now starting to work with my old man. So I'm doing a complete change to what I was been doing. I mean, I used to fix computers for a living, but now I'm fixing fridge freezers and commercial fridge freezers and things like that. So that's going good, and he's teaching me how to do all that. So that should, a little bit more, I think. We need to heat up a little bit more. There we go. There. And that's so when you're doing this, you're not worried about the black of it, but you don't want to touch any other part of the model if possible. So you want to keep things away. Now, there we go, and I think that has got it. There we go. There, so keep that out of the way, and the lights are out of the way, don't you? And there's the other one, all nicely done. Yeah. And what's good about this is because this is the part that's going to go into it. This just slides underneath there. Okay, that's calling me a liar. Oh, am I doing it the right way? Am I doing the wrong one? And yeah, I'm doing the wrong one. Okay, so this should just slide in there nicely when it wants to. But I think this needs a bit more. This needs a bit more clean up first before I can do that. There we go, and a bit more here. There we go. Right. So then this should, and it goes in there, and that just holds it in place. So this is like ever so slightly movable, and I say almost good. I could also pull it out to be able to put everything back and paint it. Right, but I don't think that was on properly because that moved far too much. So I'm gonna do this, and I'll cut it for a minute while I'm doing this, and I'll bring you guys back. Right, so now that's done, let's continue on with the rest of the build. So we've got these two parts. Now I'm going to bring you up close. Hopefully you can. This will Keep knocking the microphone because the microphone's right in front of the camera as well. Are you gonna focus on this? Are you gonna? Oh yeah? Are you gonna? There we go, that's a little bit. Can you see right on the edges there how that's all nasty? We got to clean that up before we can even glue it together. Otherwise it won't go. Knife or blade or whatever you've got, just give it a gentle scraping, making sure those edges are nice and flat. Okay. I mean, obviously you're supposed to do it away from you. Don't do what I do. Do what I say. That kind of thing. And make those edges nice and flat. I mean, obviously it's good to have a nice flat blade to do that with. Don't worry about this edge yet, because we can sort that out after we're sanding. But the part that is definitely going to be glued into, you need to do this. Otherwise you're not going to get a good, and this has got a lumpy bit here as well. So just keep on doing it till it's all uniformly nice and flat. Makes a horrible noise, but has to be done. I mean, failing that, you could sand it down, but I just prefer doing it this way, just because it's easier. Right, so now we're going to get a contactor glue from Revell. I say I love this stuff. I use it for all of my plastic model kits. Even on Gundam, most of my Gundams, when I need to glue them together. Right, hello, you coming out or are you stuck? What I'm doing, I'm rubbing it on my hand. Just see if I can see any slivers of anything watery stuff coming out, but nothing is. But luckily I have some wire to hand, which I can put through there to unclog it. There we go. And now I should get, I don't know if you'll be able to see this when it comes out. There we go. But now you can just see there's a little bit of fluid on my hands, but that's it. That's what I needed to do. Just layer. I like putting a lot of glue on these parts, and I'll tell you the reason why. Is because we're also going to use this to help with our sanding. Yeah. So I think this just goes together like this first, doesn't it? Yep, it does. And so you plug it together. And what this glue does, it actually melts the cement, the plastics together. Now you have to watch, because it will get your fingerprints on there as well. But we can always sand those out. And it's trying to line everything up just perfectly. And once you've got everything lined up, God, I've got bits of glue and that everywhere now. As I say, these are definitely not for the novice modeler. And then you just press really, really hard. Try and keep everything as straight as you possibly can. Keep looking at it while you're pressing. And just hold it. This is all you need to do. It's a pain in the backside. I know. But it's going to work. And I'll tell you how it's going to work in a few minutes. Because as you're pressing hard, alright, let's bring it up to the camera here. I don't know if we can quite see it. Are you gonna autofocus? Or you got too much to look at? You got too much to look at? Can you autofocus there? Right. Can you see there? I'm actually pushing it. You can see got the ridge in the middle there. That's because we're pushing the glue and the plastic together, and that's seeping out in there. And once that's dry, okay, it's going to take a little while to dry, but once that's dry, you can sand that off and you'll get a nice smooth finish. But I'm not worried about sanding anything off just yet. So once that's done, we need to go on to these. Now first of all, we need to do a bit more cleanup on here because we've got loads of tabs on, and this is why we do it as far away from the edge as we possibly can, because then it doesn't leave so much of a divots and nasties. Right, this one's going to be fun. How are we going to get this? We'll have to go this way. There we go. Because like even here, it's still left a bit of a in shot right there. Here we go. You're gonna come. There we go. Right there. It's still left a bit of a nasty in there, but we can come in with our sanding stuff later and clean that up. Where's the other bit gone? Oh, there it is. There and then there. So as I say, I'm not too worried about cleaning all of it up just yet, but most of it we do need to. It's like on, I don't know if you can see it on here. If we get up, can we get up here? Are you able to get up this close? You can see you got some flash just at the bottom there. That there. We need to clean that up first before we can go any further, because it will just get in our way. There we go. Did I check this other piece to make sure that didn't have any? No, that one's fine. Okay. And we also need our P5. And that's... where do I put the P5 for you? You're there, aren't you? Are you P5? Yep, you're P5. So that will go into here. Just like that. But not only that, we need to put this on. And this goes that away. And we want it in that hole just there. Okay, just like that. And keep that down. And again, we need our glue. Now you've got to watch where you are putting your glue. You don't want to put it on a part like in here, right there, because this needs to move up and down. So you really got to watch where you're putting your glue. And I'm not in shot. Okay. Any coming up? Ah, there we go. Yeah. So, and we're just doing the same thing as before. Slap it on, and don't be afraid to put quite a bit of this stuff on. Don't be scared of it. Put as much on as you need to, because again, we can come back after and clean it. So I always make sure I put quite a bit on. Right. And now the fun stuff. Now we get this. Try to line all the bits up what it needs to be. You're in there, you're in there, yep. And again, we've got to try and get it nice and straight, as well as pressing down quite hard. There we go. And it's just making sure everything is as straight and as even as can be. And again, press really hard. This is the worst part of these kind of kits though, is having to wait around, because you have to wait for things to dry and everything like that, and it does take a lot longer than normal kits. And just keep squishing and looking around, making sure you've got everything the way it's supposed to be. and just squeeze the living daylights out of it. Now, sometimes what I like to do as well, it's like there's some places where the glue hasn't got enough of it, so I put just a little bit of dollop on and run it along the edge where I want some more glue, because again that will start melting it together. And that's that part done. There we go. So again, we wait for that to dry. Now, next we want to this bit here. Let's see if we've got any. Right, this is a mistake I made. I cut it a bit too close to the sprue. Let's see if we can get this in shot here. Oh, I keep hitting that bloody thing. Right. Are you gonna? Yeah. Can you see there? There's a nice little tiny hole, and it should be nice and flat. I cut. There was no way I could cut far away from the sprue. The sprue on this one. I had to cut close, but it's made a hole. But again, we can fix stuff with a little bit of putty later, so it's not the end of the world. Most things you can always fix. Mostly. Right. So that's there. So we place that down, and then we need these bits. And that's there. And there we go. That there. Now I'm going to be cleaning these up a little bit because they've got to go actually inside. Where's this? So I want to make sure that the edges are nice and flat. But you have to bear in mind that these edges are on a slight angle. So you don't want to flatten them out completely. And there we go, that one looks good. There we go, and we do the same with this one. How's that looking? Got a little bit of a nasty just there. Do that there. Oh, what you got there? You got a slight angle. There we go. I think that'll do. Oh, right. I'm sitting funny on this chair because it's the only way I can get my chair to fit in here. Because I've got the bed right behind me. Alright, okay, excuse me a second. Right, okay, so these parts are going to go in here. Okay. Do a test fit first to make sure they fit in there right, because if they don't, then it might be that there's something wrong with the actual cleaning up, or might need to clean up a bit more, or even that you put it in the wrong one, like I just did. Is that even going there? No, it doesn't. No, they're both the same. So one goes in nicely where the other one doesn't. So that says to me that something isn't quite right. And I believe it could be. Do you go in okay on this one? Yeah, you go in perfectly fine on there. Alright, so do you go in perfectly fine on the other side? Let's have a look. No, the other side is having problems. So where are you having the problem? I think that might be this. There's a little bit of excess plastic just there. How about here? Scrape some of that away. Right, now let's see. Ah, there we go. That should be okay. Let's just take a little bit more off of here. Let's shave just a hair off. And that's gone in perfectly fine now. There we go. So always test fit your parts first to make sure everything's going to be just fine. Right, let's get my glue. Now this has got an indentation where the part needs to go into. So, and just again, libel Don't be scared of the glue. Never be scared of how much glue you got in to put in here. And I'm going to do the same with the other side. Okay. So I'm going to slide one end in first. Push that down. Then I'm going to slide the other end in. And push that down. There we go. And next, nice flat surface. Push down and hold. So because this plastic glue will not interfere with this, right, but it will melt the plastic. That's good for us because that's going to hold these in the correct positions and make them nice and flat. Yay! Isn't that fun? This is all fun and games, isn't it? I mean, this is going to be quite a long video. I mean, I've been, what, 36 minutes now? And we've hardly done anything. There we go, so that's all now. Nice and flat. All it needs is a light sanding. And Bob's your uncle. So that's that one done. No, and right here, and we got this bit here. This bit is the one that's going to go on there. So let's try and get that nice and flush and straight and everything like that. Now, this isn't quite flat enough. There we go. And flatten this area off here. Same there. Just make it as flat as we can before it goes in. Right, and again, always test fit your parts. Test fit them. Test fit. And that is looking good. That fits in there really, really nice. And it also, when you're test fitting your parts, you can see where you need to place glue. So on this side, we need to place some glue here. I don't know, are you seeing this bit? Yes, you are. Yeah, some glue here. Along there. Along this edge, just this edge here. And then along the channel here. And as I say, don't be scared of using a lot of glue, especially with these kinds of plastic kits, because we use that to our advantage. Right, so then we place that in, push it down, and then squeeze it together. So don't worry about too many. Try not to get major fingerprints on it, obviously. I mean, most of it can be sanded out. But you don't want to destroy any details either. So just be a little bit careful. Right, so that is now done. And now we've got this part here. Again, we need to do a little bit of cleanup before it goes in. Now this part is going to fit here. Half of it's going to go in and half is going to be on the outside. So again, this is one of the reasons why you always test fit. It's similar when you're doing resin models, you always test fit your parts. You see, this is going in just in here, by the way. This is what we've done earlier. Slides in there. And this is where you've got to be careful of where you are applying your glue, because you don't want too much to go on the part that needs to be movable. And just on the edge here. There we go. Place that in. right in there, and then press it down. Again, try not to get your fingerprints on too much of the major detail, but let's just hold that together and just gently push it down with this. There we go. That's this over here has come apart. You see? So just pinch it together again until it's. Let's put a little dab of glue in there actually. There we go, and then pinch that together. Alright, so we've at least done 1 foot. Yep. 1 foot, that's what we've done so far. It's good, this game, isn't it? Eh? It is. Getting light-headed, I'm getting the fumes on this bloody contactor cement is unreal. Oh, God. I knew that was happening. That's fine, I can fix that later. Right. Okay, so that's the foot pretty much done. So let's move that out of the way. Now let's concentrate on these guys. Now we need to clean these up a little bit. Now as you can see here, these got like really thick gate marks. No, this way, there we go. Really thick gate marks. So start away from the model and just then gradually get in. So away from the model and then gradually get in, because that way, hopefully, unlike the mistake I've done earlier, there'll be less pitted holes. Still got a bit of a hole there, but it's also really thick stuff and it's a pain in the backside, but that's fine. So we've got that there, we've got that there, that's fine. Everything else looks okay on this. Don't think I need to do too much, right? And let's do the same one here. There. And that bit. And there. Let's get rid of that bit and then that bit there. There we go. It's not too bad. I mean, I'm gluing this all together because I know, because I am gluing it all together. Most of this, because you can't really separate this. This is the problem that I'm having with these kind of kits. They're done. So I need to do these, and as far away from there as possible. Now this is going to be the fun one. Going all awkward angles with this. There we go. There. Okay, that came out better than I expected. And there we go. Nice and flat there. Perfect. There we go. So, now we're doing the top and middle parts of the leg. Let's move those out of the way because we've got the feet in place. The feet's done, so now we need to do the other bits. Right, this part. How did I put you on this one? Because you're going on this side of the leg, aren't you? So you go on the opposite side, right? Okay. So if that's this side of the leg, then you went on there. So let's put you on the opposite side, so I know what side you are. And we put this on this side here. Now, what I don't like about these polycaps, they're very loose. They are very loose, so I don't like them. I might glue it all together so it doesn't move at all. I think I may do that. I do have a Knight of Gold, which I don't think I've done an unboxing video for yet, but it doesn't have any what are these called? These things. Doesn't have any of those. And I don't know where to order any of those from, So I don't have any. So I'm gonna have to look online for some third-party ones. Right. So here we need one of these, which goes in there, and then the number 4, which goes in the bottom one, right there. Is that right? Are you number 4? Yes, you are. You go in right there. Okay. And then with that, we now need to glue the other half on top of it. So again, we shall just get a glue. Can you still see? No, you can't really see, can you? There we go. And apply glue. Apply the glue. Release this, and let me scrunch these together. And again, try and make sure it's lined up and straight as best you possibly can get them. Bottom half here ain't straight. Top half looks good. This ain't straight here. Okay, and again I'm just going to put another bead of, I mean, don't worry about getting too much on there, because as I say, it's going to be sanded off anyway. And I've just moved the camera, apologise. No, that way, isn't it? Yep, there we go. This is all going to be sanded off. Right. Looks like we've got a slight gap, misalignment here, so I'm going to have to sand that off a bit. Right, let's make sure that's going in there fine. There we go. Yep. Yeah, perfect. There, so that's that part done. I'll let that dry off a little bit as well. Now I need to clean off this part. And there's going to be some parts that's going to be really awkward for us to sand. So I want to try and clean as much of that up as we possibly can. Like this one's going to be awkward to sand, but we can clean it up a little bit now. And that has a bit of a lip there. So that looks good. Alright, so then this part, if we go with, that's the arse end, yep. So this is going to go into that spot there. Okay. What we've just done here, because that's the back end, so you go that way round onto there. Okay, you just come off. It's fine. It's fine. You just come off. It's okay. And you get pushed into there. And then we need this poly cap here, which is going into there, angling straight down. And now we do our glue again. And again, liberal. Don't be shy with the glue. There. Right. Now notice I haven't put these parts on yet. There's a reason. That's because I'm going to show you how easy it is to take them on and off again, so you can paint this thing. Right. So line things up into the holes. Right. So that's in the holes. I usually start at the back, try and get it aligned as you possibly can at the back, and then hold that in place, and then we tackle the front, because the front is a pain in the backside, because here, as you can see, it doesn't actually go together as well as it should. Right, so come on, get in there, and in there, just like that. So that's why we're gonna have to putty this and straighten it out, and press and hold, and press and hold. Oh no, you've come out just a little bit. Oh yeah, this is fun. See, Gundam plastic kits are so much better. Yes, they are. So much better. All the faffing I'm going to try and edit out from this video, or should I do? I just keep it as is, because it's like a really long video as it is, and I'm rambling on. I have no idea what the I'm talking about. Half the time, I'm making this stuff up as I go along. I'm not an experienced model maker by any means. Right, now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to actually put a little bit, dabble this glue into there, because I find these always too loose, and squeeze that. Okay, I'm going to squeeze those together, because that will help holding the shape just a little bit better. Let's put some on there as well. I have done the same with the other kit, by the way. Right, while I do that, let's grab this to put it center. I do think once we've done this, I'm definitely going to be super gluing all the joins and everything. I'm going to put it in one set pose and just keep it as is. Sorry, I forgot. Just because it's these, I've noticed that these kits are not very sturdy, and they'll start drooping and everything like that. So once we've done all the painting and everything, because I mean we've got like loads of detail just here, just in there. Can you see that? Lovely, nice detail. Yeah. Let's get the right piece. Gonna be covered up, but we still need to paint it. So we're gonna have to sand. We're gonna have to, because it only bends like that far. We're gonna have to sand. We're gonna have to put my teeth back in and start again. Sand, and what else is there that we're doing? Masking. Might put a few extra panel lines in as well, just to make it look good, because you've got some really nice panel lines on the inside of the leg, but nothing on the outside. So I might put a couple more panel lines in here, see if I can match that mark in there into here as well. That'd be pretty cool. Right, so that's that done. Let's just quickly clean these up, because these are a complete and utter mess. Right, now you are not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be there and then out. Right, just like that. Get it nice and neat-ish. So I'm not painting this kit yet. We're just putting it together to give us an idea of what goes where and when, why and how. Let's take off some of that excess. Now this bit, I do believe, where are you? You're there, so you go in. You're going into here, like that. See, just like that. So much easier, and it's just easy to be able to pull out, give us access to paint things. And that hasn't got that bit there. Oh boy, that's not straight at all. There we go, that's better. There. this part. Goes into there. And that locks it into place. Then that goes in there. The legs. So we now have both legs and feet done. Yay! No, you can't see both legs and feet done. Can you? Right, let's move that out of the way. There we go. Both the legs and the feet are now done. And as I said, this is the one I've done previously. This is the one we've just done. You can still see it's not matching and lining up or matching up even here. You can see that. I don't know if you can see, but there's a gap or lip right there. So there's going to be lots of sanding and making good on these garage kits. But I love 5-star stories. 5-star stories are one of my favourite kits. And as a little teaser, I haven't done an unboxing video of this yet. Mainly because I had to take it all out to count all the parts and make sure I've got everything. But a little teaser of something I'm working on. Or I'm going to be working. I'm going to be doing a work in progress video of it. There. That's only the 1/220 scale of the Jagged Mirage Demon, Green Demon, whatever you want to call it. It's a 1 to 220 scale, so it's fairly small. But that's what I'm going to be working on after I've done this Junchoon. This, yes. I'm not going to do a proper unboxing video. Again, I got it from E2046. I'm just going to be doing a work in progress on it. But yeah, that's coming in the near future. So anyway, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. We've got the leg parts done. I wanted to show you some of the problems that I don't know if you can you hear that? Everything is all loose, and that is why I don't like them. I don't want it like, again, they're loose. So this is one of the reasons why I'm thinking of making it a static pose, just because of that particular reason. You know, and yeah, but I mean, it's gonna look, once it's all done up and painted and everything, it's gonna look a really cool kit. And because it is, I mean, let's face it, I mean, the 5-star story models are brilliant model kits, and the Junchoon is also one of the good ones. I've got the LED Mirage with a boomerang unit that I'm going to be doing as well. I think I started doing a video on that, but that's a pain in the ass. But I will complete that one. I promise you, honest. So anyway, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and look out for the next part, which I believe I'm going to start on the arms. No, I'm going to start on the body and the waist next, because the arms are a bit more complicated. Yeah. What's that 8mm, 2mm thing? I don't know. Okay, anyway, I'll come back to them in a minute. But we're going to be doing the chest and the waist section in the next video. So, which is right there. So be on the the waist and the waist and chest is what we're going to be working on the next video. So I will see you guys then. So in the meantime, you take care of yourselves, be good, and I'll see you then. Bye bye now.